Is it clear? So save this, check for the syntax, activate. Done. So my function model is created using the BAPI standards. Let me test it here. So when I execute, I underscore EMP, I'll prepare the data. I'll give 10 Rajesh and what? Manager. This is the data in my work area. Let me execute. What it is writing? Success. Right? Then I'll insert one more record. Again, I'll give 10. I'll say Rajesh 1, Manager 1. What is the key field in the table? Employee number. Okay, so I'll just execute this. I got what? Error. So not working. Okay. Done. Execute this. Success. So overall, how many records we inserted? 2 records. So if you see the table, this table has got 2 records. Then we got 10, 20. Am I clear? So any questions so far? Clear? So we have created the BAPI function model and we can write the ABAP program to call the function model. That anyhow we know. Let me call otherwise. So I see 38. Z call what? Custom BAPI. Call custom BAPI function model. Then, so what is the signature of the function model? It's running on work area. Na? So data w underscore emp type what? Z1030 emp. I want to read it from the user. So I just say p underscore what? Employee number type Z1030 employee number. Next. P underscore employee name type Z1030 emp employee name. P underscore designation type Z1030 emp hyphen what emp designate. Then I'll say w underscore emp for employee number equal to p underscore. Understood? I'm assigning the data to my work area. P underscore ename and emp designate is equal to what p underscore designate. Then I'll call the function model. So I'll go to pattern. What is that? Z BAPI underscore 1030 underscore insert underscore em. It returns the status, so I want to receive it. BAPI underscore what? Return type what? BAPI return. I underscore emp equal to w underscore emp. Importing return is equal to w underscore return. Okay, then here I'll say if w underscore return hyphen what? Type is equal to what? Success. Okay, I'll just give a message. Record inserted type or information message. Else if return of type equal to what? Error. I'll say record not inserted. Record not inserted. Done. Listen. Type equal to what? E. Record not inserted. Yeah, anything is fine. So when I execute, I enter some employee numbers 77. Record inserted. Okay. Record inserted. Record not inserted. Understood? Because employee number 10 is already available. Right? So my table as of now contains how many records? Some 4 records. Go to SC11. If you see the table, yes, it has got some 4 records. Done? So any questions so far? Here? Right. So what is the next job now? So if I stop now, I can call this function model only from ABAP environment. But as I told, our customer might contain what? Business partners who might run their business on what? Non-SAP systems. The same functionality I want to access from the legacy application. Directly I cannot access because this function model is developed in what language? ABAP language. So what I have to do? I need to create an API method as part of a business object and integrate the API method with what? BAPI function model. So the next step is what? Create the business object integrating the function model with what? API. Done. So for this, we use the T code what? SW over. SW over. Am I clear? So before that, yeah, if I go to SW over, what is the one of the standard business object we know? Bus 1011. Understood? So if I display this, yeah, if I display this, yeah, this is object type. Okay, this is object type. This object type contains what? Some what? What is the business object here? Bank. Business object is what? Bank. It contains what? Some API method. So now our agenda is what? You have to build our own business object. Okay, so I'll give the name as Z1030. Z1030 Z10, remember the name, okay? Z1030 D type is a name, business object type, okay? Z1030 D type. Done. I'll click on what? Create. If I display, what is saying is not defined. So let us create the object type. So I'll click on create. Done. It is asking what? Super type. So everything here is object oriented. Object oriented. So in object oriented, we have inheritance concept, superclass and what? Subclass. It is asking whether you want to inherit from what? Existing object type. I don't want to inherit anything from the existing object type. I want to create independent object type. So I'll not give any super type. Anyhow, tick mark is not there here now. So it indicates what? Optional. It is not mandatory. Am I clear? So I'm ignoring this particular super type. Then it is asking what? Object name. So in the earlier example, bus 1011 is what? Object type. Under that, what is the object name we have? Bank. Similarly, here also I have to give what? Object name. I'll give the object name as Z1030 department. Z1030 department. Understood? Or Z1030 Z1030 department object, some name. Okay, remember the name. This is Z1030 D type. This is Z1030 department object name. Again, this should be some unique name. So you can give any name. I'll give it as something 1030 or simply I'll say Z1030 department. Try to give different names. If you give same name, again we'll have a confusion what is what. That's the reason I'm giving different. I can use same names also, but just to avoid confusion, I am wantedly giving a different name. So object type is what? Z1030 D type. Object name is Z1030 department object, and the name I give something description, some description. I'll give it as something 1030 department object program. So at the background, some program will be generated. I'll give the program name as Z1030 uh, Z1030 department program. Some name. Okay. So we are not concerned about this. Then it is asking for what? Application. So here it is asking uh, this business object we are trying to create on behalf of which module. Okay, if you browse this, so here you can see if you are doing it for what module, you will choose what HR, you will choose something like this. Sales, you will choose something like this. Okay, if I choose star, it indicates it is not dependent on any module. It's a generalized business. I can choose any of the thing, it doesn't matter. I'll choose what? Star, which indicates what? It is not specific to any module. Okay, so I'm choosing star. So remember the names. Object type is Z1030 D type. Object name is Z1030 department object, and name I guess also Done. I'll click on continue. Right? Right? Naresh, any problem? Boring, huh? Right. The story will start when you attend interviews. That's the reason I'm repeating. Okay? Right. So I'll click on what? Continue. Don't focus on the navigation part. Okay? Continue. Done. It is asking for the package. Let me save it in the package. Done. Right. So this is object type. Now you can see under this, okay, we have, if you go to method section, by default it is showing you what? Two methods. By default it is showing two methods, existence check and what? Display. Okay. And how do we access the method? Generally by using object. Na? What is the object name here? Z1030 department object, which I gave in the previous screen. What is the object type? Z1030 detail. Object type you understand like a class. This is nothing but an instance. Nothing but what? Object. Okay. So Z1030 department object dot method name. These two methods are given by you SAP itself. So we need not worry about it. Now our agenda is what? As part of the business object, you have to create what? API method. So by default, two methods are there. I'll select these methods. I need to add what? Our own method. Okay, so I'll choose go to, or I'll choose utilities. Immediately I'll choose methods, choose utilities. API methods what? Add method. Okay, API methods, add method. So when I choose this, it is asking the function model name. What is the function model? Z BAPI underscore. If I press F4, it will show thousands of this. Okay, I don't want to waste time. Okay, anyway, we know that, right? So Z BAPI underscore 1030 underscore what? Insert underscore EM. Am I clear? So I'm proposing the function model. For which function model we are trying to create what? API method. Now when I continue, it will check whether the standards are fine or not. If any of the standard is violated, it will give error in the next step. It will not allow you to go to what? Next step. So when you're practicing, what you do is you try to violate any of the condition, like don't start the function model name with what? BAPI underscore, try to give some other name, or try to store it in what? Some local object, and then check what happens. Okay. So if I click on continue, if all the standards are fine, it will take you to what? Next step. Not clear? So I'll click on continue. Done. So I'm getting the next step in the sense, next screen in the sense, all the standards are what? Fine. So for this function module, what is the API method is proposing? ZBAPI insert EM. Z, I and E are in uppercase. ZBAPI insert EM. Am I clear? So API method is proposed by SAP itself. If you want, we can change it, but let us not disturb it. Done. What is the signature of this function model? It has got two parameters. Signature means what? Parameters. What are the two parameters? I underscore EMP. Okay. One second, I'll just cancel this. One second. What is the function model I created? Z1030 underscore employee. Na? So I'll do one thing. I'll give the name as E type. Some name. Okay. Z1030 what? E type create. Object name I'll give it as Z1030 what? EMP object. I'll give the name as something Z1030 EMP. I'll give the description 1030 employee object. Provide the program name. I'll give some program name. Okay, and what is this? Star. Same thing. Okay, Z1030 E type, Z1030 EMP OBJ. I can give any names. Continue. Done. Package only. Done. Done. Okay, it will by default proposes what? Two methods. Choose methods. Propose the API method. I'll give the function model name ZBAPI underscore 1030 insert EMP. Continue. I got the next method. What is the method name? ZBAPI insert EMP. Right. What is the signature of this function model? One import parameter and one export parameter. What are the parameter names? I underscore EMP and return. I underscore EMP and return. So if you have the parameters at the function model level, at the method level also we should have what? Parameters. Okay. So when I don't click on continue here, don't click on continue, click on what? Next step. Okay. So when you click on next step, see here. At the function model name, at the function model level, what are the parameter names? I underscore emp and return. At the method level, it is proposing the parameter names as what? I emp and what return. If you want, you can change it. Otherwise, just ignore it. Am I clear? These are the parameter names at function model level, and these are the parameter names at what? Method level, proposed by whom? By SAP itself. So this first parameter is what? Import of type what? Z1030 EMP. Second parameter is of type export. What is the type? BAPI return. Am I clear? So these are the parameter names at method level. Means when the legacy programmer is calling the API method, what are the parameter names? IEMP and what return. When the ABAP consultant calls a function model, you have to use I underscore EMP and return. Done. So now click on next step. Click on what? Next step. Previous step and what? Next step. So when I click on next step, yeah, it is saying that method is not yet implemented. Do you want to generate a template automatically? Okay. So when I say yes here, you have to say yes. What happened here? The method is what? Inserted. The method is inserted. Is it clear? Now what you have to do is, uh, what you have to do is, yeah. Again, if you go back to object-oriented concepts, we can create the object for a class only if all the methods are implemented. I can create the object for a class only if all the methods are implemented. Understood? So here, these are in red color. These are in red color, which indicates that they are not implemented. You need to implement it. So how do you implement? Select this method. What is the method? Existence check. And there is a button here. What is this? Program button. Click on the program button. Understood? So make sure that all the methods are what? Implemented. This red color should not be there. There are 100 different ways we can do, but try to follow this procedure what I am saying. Okay. I can create the object for a class only when all the methods are what? Implemented. Okay. So for that reason, I'll choose this. Click on what? Program. So when I click on program, okay. So what is it saying? Begin method and what? End method. So those who know object oriented, this is called a null implementation. Opening the method and what? Closing the method. Understood? Done. So just go back. Then again I'll choose what? Display. Click on what? Program. Okay, begin method and what? End method. There is some logic implemented here. We are not bothered about that. And again, this is our method. I'll click on what? Program. Some logic is there. See here between begin method and what? End method. What they are doing, they are calling our function model only, na? Right? API method internally call what? BAPI function. This code is auto-generated. This code is auto-generated. So don't disturb this. Let's save it. Go back. Right? Now what you have to do? Hmm? Yeah. Now I'll choose this. Okay, I'll choose this. These are the two methods. Who has given these two methods? By SAP. They got inherited. We don't know from where they got inherited, but they got what? Inherited. So I'll choose this method. Choose this method. Choose the menu edit. Say redefine. Redefine. Again, if you go back to object-oriented concepts, when a class inherits another class, all the public and protected methods will be inherited to what? Subclass. If you want to re-implement those methods in the subclass, you have to redefine. So here also, I'll put the cursor here. I'll choose edit what? Redefine. Color is changed. I'll choose this display method, edit, and so on. Redefine. All these navigations are there in the notes, so don't worry. Right? All the methods are in what state now? Redefined state. Now choose the method. Okay, choose the first method here. I'll choose edit, change release status, object type to what? Implemented. Okay, object type to what? Implemented. Okay. Object type can only be released when saved. Save the object type, yes. Object type could not be generated. Why? Okay, I'll choose this. I'll choose edit, change release status. First, let me say what? Object type component what? Implemented. What is saying? Already implemented. Let me check for existence check. Edit, change release status. Object type component to implemented is already implemented. I'm just cross checking. Object type component to implemented. Done. Again, I'll choose this. Change release status. Object type component to what? Released. Okay, I'll choose this. Change release status object type component to what? Released. Okay, I'm not getting a tick mark. Change release status object type component to what? Released. I'm not getting. Okay, done. I'll choose this. Change release status object type what? Object type to what? Released. Okay, or first I'll say implemented. It is saying could not be generated. I'll choose this. Edit, change release status object type to released. No. What is saying here? Set object type slash component what? Implemented first. Edit change in the status. Object type component implemented. It's already implemented. Edit change in the status. Object type to what? Released also. I'm getting error. Hmm? Hmm? Object type. Same. Same value they are getting. Hmm? Same issue. Okay. I'll do one thing. Let me go back. Object type could not be generated. One second. Object type contains what? What are those errors? What is saying here? Method display is what? Not implemented. Method existence check is not implemented. But already I implemented. I'll choose this. Click on program. Done. Let me save it. Go back. Display. Save it. Done. Now I'll choose this. Edit option release status. Object type to what? Implemented. Okay, this is fine. Object type to what? Released. What is the issue?
Sir, go to object type.
Hmm.
So also will be released.
Where?
Object type. Object type. Right. No, no, sir. That is first. The
Where?
side of edit.
Here.
No, no, sir. When
Ah.
it is celebrate.
I implemented already. Yeah. Now it is released. I will redo it once again. So don't worry. I'll say object type component to what? List. Okay. Change release status object type component to list. Oh, that is issue. I forgot. sorry, I forgot. The issue was I created the function model. Okay, here. The problem is function model should be what? Released. Then only you have to create what? API method. Okay, that's the issue. Okay, no problem. We'll do it again. So what is our function model? C37. This one, na? Z BAPI underscore 1030 underscore insert underscore. It is working fine. So how do you release it? Function module. What? Release. Am I clear? If you release this function model only, we can expose it outside SAP. Okay? So I'll choose function module release. Then what is saying here? It is released. Once a function is released, now you can create what? Business objects. So I'll go to what? SWO1. Okay, I'll give the name as Z1030. What shall I give? Y1030 what? E-type. Y1030 E-type. Create. Yeah, what is the object name? Y1030 what? EMP object. EMP object. This I'll give it as Y1030 EMP. I'll give some description. 1030 what? Employee object. Then program name. I'll give some program name. EMP and this EMP program. Something. Then I'll give what? Star. Or let me give it as Y 1030 EMP what? PR. Is it clear?